Have you ever wondered why some older people seem happier and more at peace, while others are constantly stressed and exhausted? What if I told you that the secret to a joyful old age isn't about doing more, but actually about being lazier at certain things? As we get older, life should become simpler, not more complicated. But too many seniors spend their energy worrying, overcommitting, and stressing about things that don't actually add to their happiness. The truth is, those who learn to let go and focus only on what truly matters often enjoy greater peace, more joy, and even better health. So in today's video, I'll reveal 5 things you should actually become lazier at if you want to enjoy your later years. These small but powerful shifts can make a huge difference in your happiness and well-being. Let's dive in. 1. Trying to please everyone. As we age, there's often a deep desire to keep everyone around us happy, whether it's our children, grandchildren, friends, or even distant relatives. We tend to put their needs before our own. It's almost like we feel a sense of responsibility to maintain harmony and avoid conflict. However, this need to please others can come at a serious cost: our own well-being. Constantly worrying about what others think or trying to live up to their expectations can drain our energy, leave us feeling overwhelmed and, in many cases, unappreciated. Over time, this habit can steal away the peace and happiness we deserve in our later years. Take Mr. Johnson, for example, a 75-year-old retired teacher. For years, he would agree to every request made of him, babysitting his grandchildren, hosting family gatherings, helping neighbors, even volunteering at his local church. While he loved being helpful, it took a toll on him. He found himself running from one task to the next, never having a moment to relax or enjoy his favorite hobbies. The demands piled up, and despite his best efforts, he began to feel more exhausted and less appreciated. One day, after a particularly exhausting week of juggling responsibilities, Mr. Johnson realized something important. He wasn't doing anyone any favors by constantly saying yes. He decided to make a change. He began to set clear boundaries and politely said no when he needed to. Instead of feeling guilty, he learned to prioritize his own needs and happiness. To his surprise, those around him didn't resent him. They respected him more. They appreciated that he was honest about his limits. And Mr. Johnson finally found the time to indulge in his long-neglected hobbies like painting and reading. This shift in mindset was incredibly freeing for Mr. Johnson. Not only did he have more time for himself, but he also found he had better relationships with the people around him. He realized that the key to happiness in old age wasn't about constantly pleasing everyone. It was about being honest about his needs and making sure he didn't burn himself out in the process. So if you find yourself constantly saying yes to others' requests, it's time to stop overcommitting yourself. Practice saying, "I'd love to help, but I need to take care of myself too." Focus on what truly brings you joy and satisfaction rather than just fulfilling everyone else's expectations. By setting boundaries, you'll not only protect your energy, but also enhance your happiness in the long run. 2. Keeping up with every small household chore. A spotless house is nice, but is it really worth the stress? Many seniors spend hours each day cleaning, organizing, and keeping their home in perfect shape. They feel a sense of responsibility to maintain the same cleaning habits they had in their younger years. But the truth is, obsessing over every little chore can be exhausting. Instead of enjoying their golden years, they spend their days scrubbing floors, folding laundry perfectly, and dusting furniture that no one else even notices. Over time, this constant effort can drain energy and take away from the things that truly bring joy. Take Mary, a 72-year-old widow, for example. She grew up believing that a clean house was a sign of good character. Every single day she would wash dishes immediately after meals, dust every corner, mop the floors, and even iron her bed sheets. To her, keeping a spotless home was a routine she couldn't let go of. But one day, as she was tidying up yet again, her young granddaughter came up to her and said, "Grandma, why don't you just relax and play with me instead?" That simple question made her stop in her tracks. She realized that, in her quest for a perfect home, she was missing out on precious moments with her family. From that day on, Mary decided to let go of her obsession with cleaning. She still kept her home tidy, but instead of deep cleaning every single day, she allowed herself to relax. Instead of washing dishes immediately, she enjoyed her morning coffee a little longer. Instead of ironing bed sheets, she spent time baking cookies with her granddaughter. And guess what? The world didn't end. Her home was still comfortable, and her life became happier. This shift in mindset gave Mary more time to do the things she actually loved: reading, gardening, and making memories with her family. She realized that no one would remember her for how spotless her house was, but they would remember the time they spent with her. She finally allowed herself to enjoy life rather than constantly worrying about maintaining a perfect home. So, if you find yourself spending too much time on household chores, take a step back. Focus on what really matters. Clean just enough to be comfortable. If possible, get help for deep cleaning or invest in tools like a robot vacuum to do the work for you. Your happiness is far more important than a spotless floor. 3. Stressing over what others think about you. When we're younger, we spend so much time worrying about how we look, what we wear, and what people think of us. We try to fit in, impress others, and avoid judgment. But as we grow older, we start to realize a powerful truth: none of it really matters. The people who truly care about us don't judge us for how we dress or what we do. Yet, many seniors still hold on to this unnecessary worry, afraid of being seen as too old or out of touch. But those who let go of these concerns often live freer, happier, and more peaceful lives. Take 80-year-old George, for example. For most of his life, he wouldn't leave the house without looking his best. Even for a quick trip to the grocery store, he would wear polished shoes, a pressed shirt, and a carefully chosen hat. He feared that if he looked too casual, people would think he had let himself go. But after experiencing a health scare, everything changed. He realized that comfort and happiness mattered far more than what strangers thought. Now George proudly wears his old comfy sneakers, a loose-fitting t-shirt, and his favorite worn-out cap when he goes out. And guess what? He's happier than ever. Instead of stressing over appearances, he enjoys his outings, chats with people freely, and focuses on living rather than impressing. He laughs more, moves with confidence, and no longer wastes time worrying about how he looks. The people who truly love him, they don't care about his clothes, they care about him. This shift in mindset is liberating. Once you stop caring about what others think, you start doing things that actually bring you joy. You can wear what makes you feel comfortable, speak your mind without fear, and embrace life fully. Imagine how much mental energy you'll save when you stop second-guessing yourself and start living for you. So here's your challenge. Wear what makes you happy. Do what you enjoy. If you love bright colors, wear them. If you prefer comfort over fashion, embrace it. At the end of the day, the people who truly matter will love you for who you are, not for what you wear or how you look. Let go of the worry and enjoy life with confidence. 4. Obsessing over money and material things. Money is important, but too many seniors spend their later years worrying about it rather than enjoying it. They save every penny, hesitate to spend on small pleasures, and stress over finances even when they have enough. While financial responsibility is crucial, true happiness doesn't come from a growing bank account or material possessions. It comes from experiences, relationships, and peace of mind. The saddest part? Many seniors pass away with money they never got to enjoy. missing out on the things that could have made their later years truly fulfilling. Take Helen, for example. At 74, she was extremely frugal. She never allowed herself to enjoy life's simple pleasures. She cut coupons religiously, avoided dining out, and refused to take vacations, fearing she'd run out of money. Her fridge was full of expired discounts, and she drove an old car that barely worked because she didn't want to spend on repairs. One day, a friend convinced her to take a short trip to a peaceful cabin by the lake. At first, she resisted, worrying about the cost, but once she went, something changed. Sitting by the water, enjoying the fresh air, and laughing with her friend, she realized this was what she had been missing. That one trip shifted Helen's entire perspective. She finally understood that money is meant to be used, not just saved. She started allowing herself small joys, treating herself to a nice dinner once in a while, getting a comfortable chair for her reading nook, and even planning another short trip. And guess what? The sky didn't fall. She still had savings, but now she also had memories, something far more valuable than numbers in a bank account. Many people spend their whole lives chasing money and material things, thinking they will bring happiness. But the truth is, possessions don't create joy. Experiences do. When you look back on life, you won't remember how much money you had in savings, but you will remember the trips you took, the meals you shared, and the laughter with friends and family. So, here's your reminder. Be smart with your money, but don't let it control you. Treat yourself to things that bring you joy, whether it's a good meal, a relaxing trip, or a hobby you love. You worked hard your whole life. Now is the time to enjoy it. 5. Worrying about the future. Too much as we get older, it's natural to think about the future, our health, our independence, and even what will happen when we're gone. But dwelling on these thoughts too much can steal the joy from today. Many seniors spend hours worrying about what might happen, forgetting to enjoy what is happening. The truth is, no amount of worry can prevent the future from unfolding. Instead of stressing over things we can't control, focusing on the present leads to a happier, more fulfilling life. Take Jim, a 78-year-old retiree. He used to stay up at night, his mind racing with what-if questions. What if I get seriously ill? What if I become a burden to my family? What if I end up alone? His worries drained his energy, and even on good days, he couldn't fully enjoy them because he was too focused on the what-ifs. One day, after a heartfelt talk with an old friend, he had a realization. Worrying didn't change anything. It only made him miserable. From that day on, Jim decided to live in the moment. He started focusing on what made him happy, spending time in his garden, enjoying long conversations with neighbors, and appreciating the beauty of each sunrise. Instead of fearing the future, he embraced each day as a gift. To his surprise, he felt lighter, freer, and even healthier simply by letting go of his constant worry. The reality is, none of us know exactly what the future holds, but worrying about it won't change the outcome. What will change your life is how you choose to spend each day. Those who learn to focus on the present and find joy in the little things, like a good cup of coffee, a walk in the park, or a laugh with a loved one, are the ones who experience true peace in their later years. So, here's your reminder. Stop living in fear of the future. Instead, adopt a day-by-day mindset. When you wake up, instead of thinking about what might go wrong, list 3 things you're grateful for. Shift your focus to what's happening right now, because that's where true happiness lives. Conclusion. Growing older isn't about doing more, it's about choosing what truly matters. By letting go of unnecessary stress, whether it's pleasing everyone, keeping a perfect home, worrying about money, or fearing the future, you can actually live a happier, more peaceful life. Remember, being a little lazier at the right things isn't neglect, it's wisdom. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one do you relate to the most? Comment 1 if you're learning to let go and enjoy life more, or 2 if you still find it hard to stop stressing over certain things. Let's chat in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.